Hello, my name's Fertessa,
And I'm Mark.
and this is going to be our reaction episode of RageCandy. And we're reacting to the premiere episode of Legend of Korra, which came out yesterday. So, what'd you think?
My thoughts. So first, magnet bending. I called it, and it happened, and it's awesome. I really think my whole lifestyle, my whole mindset about what I thought of earthbenders and firebenders and airbenders and waterbenders, earthbenders are coming up in the world. So very happy to see that. Very annoyed at certain royal figures who are annoying and are just there, who I hope get assassinated. And
There's just going to be another one.
unfortunately, but I don't know. And the evil in the villain this year, like I feel it. She's a dictator. Yeah, granted, going into season 4, we knew she would be something, and I knew she would be the villain. Like, there was just too much subtle foreshadowing in the last couple episodes of season 3 with her to not call that one.
I don't even think it was subtle. It was like they were spending too much time on her face, but then again, maybe I'm just too used to picking up those little hints. But it was just, they chose to randomly look at this one character we had seen all of season 3 and
gave her a name, she had speaking roles, and I'm like,
right.
Oh, well, she's going to be important in the next season,
right.
Obviously.
And they chose to show her whenever she was being kind of greedy, kind of over-eager, which made her like come off in a negative light. So that's what I think led me to believe she wouldn't be any good news later. But I thought she was just going to overstep her bounds or her abilities and end up getting somebody else killed. But they went the evil route.
Yeah, and she's working with Varric, who's the comedic evil villain of like the last 3 seasons, or at least season 2 anyway. Also, I like how they finally showed the Earth Kingdom, because I always wondered, okay, the Earth Kingdom is so big and vast, how is it governed? Like, what is the rest of the land? Like, what is it? And they broke it down into states, and I like that. I found that to be really cool, and one by one they're piecing back the Earth Kingdom together, and it's by states, but she's piecing them back together, but with an iron fist. Like, I'll protect you, I'll give you food, I'll give you money, I'll make you wealthy, but you're gonna do as I say, you're gonna be my lapdog. And if you don't comply with me, I'll basically just destroy you anyway. So you have no choice, and I like that. I do want to see what happened in Ba Sing Se and how they restored order there.
I'm not even sure that they restored order, because one, there's not really a world power in play. You've got the president in the neutral city, but
Republic City isn't necessarily part of the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah, that's what I said, neutral.
Yeah, right.
But now they've made this railway that connects them, and the Earth Kingdom has always been under a dictatorship. Always.
Several dictatorships.
Yeah, and the only person that's ever challenged them has been the Avatar. So it's kind of weird, because when the Avatar did break out the Airbenders, she's like, I'm going to declare war, but she's declaring war, the Earth Queen was declaring war against one person. There wasn't any other nation she could really go against.
That one person is the Avatar.
I mean, it is the Avatar, but it's just like, so if you don't catch me, then there's nothing you can do.
True.
Because as long as she doesn't go to her Earth Kingdom, there's nothing they can do. The Earth Kingdom, they don't have anything, they don't have a reach that far. It's just within their own little bubble. So.
They did catch her.
But she was in the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah, that's true. Catch me if you can. Oh, he caught me.
Yeah. That was done on her part, because they were just on the outskirts when they went to the Metal City.
Right.
But that was her own fault for just walking around in Earth territory. Like, she didn't piss off the Queen.
That brings up an interesting question. What happened to Sue in the metal bending city? What's her name?
I don't know. Sketchy one.
Okay.
Shady.
The shady metal magnet bender lady. what happened with her in that city? She was like a high-ranking guard, and now she's like this cruel, the bringer together,
unifier.
There you go, the great unifier.
Yeah.
What happened there in that city in Zaofu, and how come Lin is so charismatic about what's going on, and Bolin's a part of it? Like, is it shadiness? Like,
right.
It has to be more to it.
Right.
I guess they don't know she's Red Lotus, but we know she's Red Lotus. Or at least we assume she's Red Lotus.
I'm not even assuming that she's Red Lotus. I just like Zarek wasn't Red Lotus, and he was not Zahir, but Zarek.
Zarek?
Not Zarek. You know, the eccentric businessman.
Varric.
Varric. There we go. I binge watched, so I'm not good on names. But I think that she's just kind of in her own realm of power, and because the Earth Kingdom has always been under a dictatorship, and she sees that the new leader is weak, she sees an opportunity to take up or change the hierarchy. So I think she's in it all for herself, and I also think that there's gonna be more that needs to be revealed, because it doesn't make sense for Bolin to be with her except for Varric. I don't know why he's still following Varric when he framed his own brother, but Bolin has been making bad life choices for the past season, so.
Bolin's always been on Varric's side though. Like, even
right.
when he did that, because of the whole movers thing, Varric didn't harm Bolin. He just, they did do the episode where, oh, Sami, I saved your company. Bolin, I made you a star. Mako, I put you in jail.
Right.
Well, I guess that's a bad thing, but whatever. I'm Varric. Who cares?
Exactly.
I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for Bolin to still be close with this guy who framed his brother. I mean, he blew up buildings. Let's think about that for a second. For monetary gain. Sure, he's eccentric and funny, but he framed Mako, and he blew up buildings which could have potentially killed plenty of people, set up an entire nation for war, which definitely would have killed people, all for his monetary gain. And he did it so he could also take over Asami's company, but it got nullified when he got caught, even though he's still not back in jail. But she's okay with it. But
just let her be okay with it then. We'll see where that goes. I'm interested in seeing where all that leads out to. Now, the huge, I guess, fuck you moment of the episode to me was when Tanrock and Tenzin got together. It was like, oh, Korra's in Republic City, and they're like, oh, nah, she's not. She went away 6 months ago. And as much as we talked bad about Korra yesterday, she's still just like, what are you doing? You're the Avatar. You can't disappear for 6 months and tell no one where you are. People need you. People need to know where you are. People are out to kill you. I mean, I get, you need to find yourself. You need to rebuild your bending, whatever. By the way, getting your ass whooped in the earth, whatever. Unacceptable for the Avatar to get her ass whooped. I don't care how ill she was. 3 years went by. You should feel a lot better to bend now. But that just showed more of her arrogance. She blatantly lied to her father and her father figure / spiritual mentor. And they don't know where she is. She's kind of like, fuck you guys. I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And I'm assuming the whole season's going to be about her. They're going to tell us 3 stories. What Korra's doing, what the rest of Team Avatar is doing, and the story of the villain.
It doesn't bother me so much that she went off, but then again, the story is always better with less Korra. So
I'm assuming you just love the first episode of season 4 because they only had like 5 minutes of Korra in it.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I predicted it was just going to be politics with a dash of the Tenzin's family and Kai. And that's what I got. And I was surprised to see a more mature Mako and Bolin, mature quotation marks. But Korra, I knew she would be in her feelings. She could stay in her feelings as long as she stays off the screen. So, deuces,
That's kind of mean.
Well, she was pretty mean for like 2.5 seasons. So, I don't care. She'll get over it.
Stupid dumb bitch.
So, in closing, I would say that I was fine with the episode. I'm eager to see what the next thing is. It's kind of a surprise that they didn't premiere 2 episodes like they usually do. But then again, it's online, so I figure it's for a business strategy of some sort. But so far, so good on my end.
I wish they had a bit more Janora being awesome. You know, yeah, I get to see Kai and Opal, their mastered airbending a lot better, even though they stupidly still can't figure out how
Yes.
you let an airplane creep up on you on a bison and you both airbend. First of all, I know the bison can fly by itself. Why did Opal just sit there? I'm like, oh no, we're being hijacked. I'm going to sit here and keep flying the bison.
They literally just both sat there and watched this man.
Well, at least Kai tried.
He did after he sat there for a couple of seconds. Like, as soon as they saw the airplane, they should have been bending, but they didn't.
Right, and then it's an airplane, so they could be like, oh, let's just bend the air away from the airplane, and it's just going to fall like a rock.
Right.
Nope, we're dumb airbenders. And all this whole, yeah, we're going to be the new air nation, we're going to fight, we're going to stand up, we're going to be the superheroes, the Legion of Super Airbenders, and they just sit there like some punk bitches, and like, I'm like, Aang is rolling over in his urn since he's a monk, so I'm sure he was cremated. So he's spinning around, airbending in his urn. Like, what the fuck are these kids doing?
Well, technically, he wouldn't even be in the urn because his spirit would have been in Korra until she got rid of them all. So
I'm still mad at that. I'm sorry, Korra, you fucking suck. Like, can't get me started. So I'm just gonna have a video where I just talk about that and how fucked up that was. Thank you, writers. Thank you.
So, in conclusion, we're in our feelings about Korra losing.
I don't need help out my feelings either. I'm gonna stay in them.
And you know, I'm good. The less I see Korra on the screen, unless she's gonna actually contribute to society and be a decent human being.
Well, I mean, the show is called The Legend of Korra.
She hasn't died, so.
But she's almost died in every season. That should bring you some sort of solace. She's almost died in every season.
Almost isn't good enough. Raylena almost died and it just didn't happen. So, in case, thank you for joining us this episode, and we'll see you next time.
On RageCandy.